So welcome back again for our second episode for this importance of integration. So yeah, here we are, and we're going to talk about importance of integration, and what is our input of this, and also what is our responsibility in when it comes to the integration. It's not only someone else does, but what is our responsibility to do or to help and integration in our society. So yeah,
I think for me it is about acceptance. We talked about that in our first episode, but it's also about, if I live in a country and I'm maybe even born and raised there, I know so many things, and it's so simple for me to share them with the people that arrive.
Yeah.
And not only sharing them, but I also benefit so much. If someone's coming from a different country with a different culture, with a different language, then I feel this is such a treasure in itself.
Yeah.
Not only I want to show them how things go here and everything, but I also really want to learn from them. And it can be an exchange. You don't have to be like this, I'm helping these people, I'm so amazing. I feel so much better about myself now. No, it really is. It can be, if you see each and every individual on eye level, then it can be an exchange from both sides. And that is integration for me, and not only I help them.
That's the thing, because we have to see in a positive way. And when it comes to space, in our society, it's very small when it comes to the integration. Because I think a lot of people feel integration means I'm giving out on, giving up on my things, or the thing I got to use to it. It may be like a little bit change, but I'm seeing that the benefit is much better. The contribution that you are getting from that person is much greater than what actually in place. And but someone who trying to integrate is very hard if you close the door. And because I have to learn the language, culture, the environment. This is totally new for me. And plus, if you move, because the movement is very different. When it comes to the migration, displacement is very hard. You lost what you have, everything, and then you move to different place, and then you're going to start from scratch. And you have to see how you're going to fit this society, because the culture, shocking, the language, the way you used to wear, the way you used to speak, the way you used to, this is so many things, like we don't really aware about it, and then maybe we think it's just simple, but it's not.
Not at all.
If I get stuck and I don't have any information, what should I do? And where should I get this information? Plus, if I don't speak, the same English, the same language that is spoken in that place. So there's so many things we think is very easy, but it's very hard. I remember myself moving into this country. Begin my journey, start settling just myself. It took me a while. Why? Because there's no better information that I get it, the first time I moved to here. There is so many up and down that I face every single day. And that's maybe lack of, care. I feel sometimes, for example, if you ask information, people doesn't bother themselves to give you information or help you. And who are you? Because you are different. You just maybe here to take. And no matter who you are, if we think that this person is different from me, I don't care. No, it's about maybe that person can give something great to this place. And we have to see in a way that maybe we don't really know what happened to that person. And everyone carry different package, and it's really hard to understand, because you never been in his shoes.
Never.
So you can't really just close it or judge it just by just seeing it. And
that is what is required. I feel so much empathy, respect, but also knowledge, as you mentioned. I would love also in my school times, or whenever we come together, that we share these stories. Just when I came in my village, when people from Syria came, and I did so much to not only help them but welcome them and spend time and learn from them.
sure.
Only then, this was when I was 15, I realized how beautiful for me, how super exciting it is for me to play with them and to hang out with them and learn from their culture. And yes, of course, as you mentioned, it requires a person who's open, a person that wants to learn, a person that is curious about life, and getting a bit out of your way and being spontaneous and not scared of changes. But if you grew up in a small village and you're closed off, it's really difficult, I think, to allow yourself to see that there are different lifestyles, different cuisines, different things to wear, and all these things. And what I really want to contribute is I want to listen to my friends and their journeys and why they had to give up everything because of threat, because of economical reasons in their country, and risk their lives to come to a country. I really want to portray these journeys in theater and show performances where people will just sit there for an hour, hopefully, and leave the theater thinking about it.
Wow.
And leave the theater in discussion with the community that just watched what happened and see that on stage. Because you can say you've been on the boat with 80 people and you nearly drowned and all these things. But I feel we have to show it somehow. We have to show... I want to show it. I want people to really experience it somehow.
That's the pain, because sometimes when it comes to okay, I'm giving this, why the people doesn't not happy with that, or okay, you came to this and then you have to do your best to integrate me. I don't care. It's not that, because people sleep in a normal way and then wake up to something different totally. Like they lost everything what they have, and then it take them no choice, only moving forward. And this thing is people that don't really consider. I invited to give a talk to a school, and then it really hit me when saying, and why you even be refugee?
As if you had a choice.
For sure.
As if you would have a choice.
This lack of education, for sure. Because okay, if you asked me this question, it's just very recent, and just take our neighbor country, what happened to them very few months ago, or just in this year or last year, Ukraine country, for example, they slept and have everything, and then they just wake up to something different. Take a Turkey, for example, they slept in a very normal way, and they wake up to something different. It's a natural disaster. Okay, we can't really do anything, but this is not our responsibility. And then something come in. And then when I come to this new place, I'm doing my best to start everything from scratch, because I lost everything, what I built it, and today is different. And I have to see how I can fit this society in this country, and what is my contribution as well. Okay, maybe it's not all, because people see only the taking side. But what is the giving side as well? Because, there's always taking, give, So we have to really take ourselves into how can I say, for example, listen to someone who gone through this, so many different things. And today, they trying to be part of the family that this country have. I feel, for example, today, it take me a while to get here. But even after I get here, it take me so much years to build my life. But today I feel home. Because I don't really see myself, the negative affected me, because I close my eyes from, my ears. My ears doesn't really hear the negative things happen around me, because I'm inspired by the good thing happen around me, and the good thing, the good people around me. So I look up to those people, and I do my best to close to them and learn from them and teach my culture. I have a story saying, okay, teach me your culture, or teach me your background. I teach you my background, because there is always something that you learn, something amazing about
That's
it.
the exchange.
So it's always something that we exchange. Not just okay, you listen my stories, then go on. Let me listen your stories as well. That's part of wow. So I think this is really important, and then we just maybe see it in a very simple way, but deeply is have a meaning. By making, let me be your friend, let me listen to you, let me, we can do this together. So this sometimes the little thing around us make a difference, and they have an impact in behind.
And you have a community here. You have so many amazing people around you here. You speak English and Maltese, you build your home away from home. And for me, it feels so unbelievable for me that someone took a pen and marked borders around lands. And we have to have passports to enter these lands. For me, this is such a weird human concept. And it makes me sad that it can stop people from surviving.
I think for sure, yes. I mean, because the integration is always make us better, make us do. For example, if it come to learning new thing, for example, maybe in my culture we do something different. It is feel amazing for this country, and maybe this country is doing something is feel amazing for me. It's part of sharing, is changing. That is, and it's not okay. Maybe I am giving as an individual, but my background that very useful, but it's normal for me. But for this, maybe it's something really amazing, and then that I have to value for that, and then count that if I learn or if I get this one, what is my return and what is my contribution and how I can be useful for the environment that I'm in. So, it's
we enrichen us.
Yeah, for sure.
We enrichen each other. And this is how I feel. I feel so rich also because I had the honor to travel. And traveling is such a privilege because I want to go to this country. I just want to check it out. And I'm not running away from someone who's trying to kill me in my country or starving there, And going with that attitude, it was an honor, and I was the one who was in the background trying to see, what are the culture and unspoken rules here, and how can I, in the most respectful way, adjust? And because I went to so many different countries, and I saw, whoa, it's so different in each and every one, I took maybe a dance from there, a dish from here, a sari wrapping style from a different state, and it's such a gift to integrate into yourself. Culture is such a fluid thing. You can, it's like a box of Lego. You can take whatever you want, and it's so sad for me if people don't even want to try out and don't even want to listen because I have my culture, and I don't even want to talk to you. That makes them, they won't be rich in the end.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It is. Yeah. Sometimes it's I have this. I have. It's enough for me. It's like they really. It's difficult for me for them to try something different, but I don't see that as richness and because one is is a value lesson for me that is very less small state. My dad was saying to me, if you want to hear or learn something different, listen to the people who take a journey or traveled, and than someone who been in a university or have a degree or PhD, because the people who travel, they always encountering something totally different. You learn something. Or every time you listen to someone who traveled the way, and you learn something, and that help you to be open-minded, and that the more you be open-minded, the more you discover things. Have a passion for that. Totally. And that help you to grow as well. Connect yourself into the good thing, the good people that you have around you, and. You never know who you're going to inspire as well, because it's maybe you did something for you, it's normal, but for someone it's very amazing. It's something beautiful, and you will never get tired of doing something better or something good, not because you want to, but because that is something you know, everyone can do it, you know. But maybe it's difficult when you see it, but like doing good thing is very normal, you know, because that's how we can make things better. So,
and that inspires me so much, having you in front of me and telling me what we need is just respect, empathy, being curious to connect.
For sure.
And trying to focus on the positive things, as you always say.
Yeah.
You walk down the street and you hear very racist comments, but still you try to focus on people that inspire you, that give you energy, and that
because that's the thing, because like waking up and, you know, in a beautiful, having sunrise, and then, you know, you can handle anything. Just to keep yourself in a positive way, because the negative have so much power, and then you know the good thing that you have, it really trying to take away from you. But keep it, and then just see it a positive way, and then you know, for sure, it's like there is a time that's like, okay, God, what I can do? Like, why this even me? But see it, why not you? You know, it's like. It's normal. It's just, if it's not today, tomorrow. You know, things get better every day, because I like, it's a sad thing. I've gone through so many things. I lost the people really like, you know, greater than me. And then the families, and then young and old people, you know. This being like seeing, actually like having it with them, or having take a journey with them, but the next day they are not longer with me. But I inspire myself. If that person can be me, why should I? You know, that is for sure. I always say, okay, the good thing is coming. You know, as long as I wake up, that is the good thing. You know, it's up to you how you move forward. And you know, there is sometimes, okay, maybe the opportunity that you have is making you think, you know, accelerate more, but your time will come, and then you know, take it one time at a time. And then you just keep aiming forward. So yeah, and I see myself, you know, back in like few years ago, I really get disappointed every single day. And then like, because of the racism around me, people say negative to me, like, you don't belong here, and you know, why you even here? But I get really frustrated. Why even me? This happening? But because I only see myself, didn't see that happen to everyone. But how we can make it natural this way? Okay, you better get used to me, because I have no idea. I have no place where to go. You know, because I may even important to you or to this country. You know, and by doing my best and contributing a small tiny thing I can. So you know, it's just how you see it. And then today I naturalize racism for me. Like, okay, why? And I wish there is no racism, but it happened everywhere, and you know, to everyone.
Totally.
You know, maybe you are white, or maybe because I'm black. It doesn't mean maybe you go somewhere and other country people hate you having the same race. You know, having the same color. It's people. It's in somehow people always, the hate is always there. But you know, it just feel. And there's this funny thing that say like, the person doesn't hate you with words. Sometimes, yes, it's hurt us, you know, but until it comes and just hate physically, that is really, you know, because you give a power to the word that come into you. If you refuse it, it just air is gone. So that's how I see it, and it really inspired me.
That inspires me so much, Dodo.
Yeah,
So
sure. Yeah, it's just and if you don't see that way, the negative is always pull you down.
Of course.
You know, because you count.
If you give it the importance, if you give it the weight, if you give it, it
happened to a personal level, at a professional level. But the power that you have, it is you control, that you can control it. So that's we have to see it in that way. So yeah.
In that way of how you handle it, but also in the way of let's not fight against the hate, but let's make it vanish. This is the biggest task, and this is not a lifetime. We cannot do that in our lives, because it's too short of a time span. But with a podcast like this, we can start to. Sure, and it really inspires me.
Yeah, I mean, the social media have a power, the internet have a power, and then you know, every single have some small power to change something. And if we use every single person on earth, and they use that power and spread this positive, it's like changing, you know, changing starting with ourselves, and then neighbors, and then, you know, local. So that's how I think we can generate more positive than just focusing our bubble. We have to look around and then we have to see it in a good way. So yeah.
Oh, if the world would be full of dorsas.
Wow. Thank you.